Hello everybody, my name's Kieran. I'm a veterinary surgeon in equine practice on the Devon-Cornwall border. Most vets have in their clinic or in their cars some pretty sophisticated equipment, but they've also got something that probably goes back about 5 centuries, and it's a twitch. And what I'm hoping now is to give you a few tips on having a really good twitch and using it properly, because it's really important. Twitches are very useful for short-term restraint, for example, in a needle-shy horse, or removing sutures, or even doing a nerve block. It's not a substitute for sedation, but can be very useful and is very quick. Now, in my experience dealing mostly with amateur horse keepers, their own twitches are pretty useless. So what's wrong with them generally is that the loop size is either too big, in which case you can't judge the tension properly, or it's too small and you can't get a really good grip of the muzzle to hang on while the horse shakes its head as you tighten the twitch. So the best thing to use in my experience as a twitch rope is actually plaited baler twine. So just make a rope like this. So baler twine using the thin stuff, not the big bale stuff, and put this in the washing machine a few times, let it run through with a few washes, and it will come out quite soft and really useful. It's just the right thickness and it's quite forgiving. Now, having made your rope, you then got to get this loop the right size. And I've found over the years that 1.5 hands is just about right. You'll be able to get a good grip, but it'll tighten fairly quickly, and you'll be able to judge the tension much more easily than if it was much longer than that. Make sure the end of your twitch stick is rounded, because occasionally you poke them in the gums and you can cause bleeding. And the other, some other tips I will give you is always put it on yourself, because then it won't come off and you'll do it properly. Remember, it can't go too far up the nose. And secondly, always take it off yourself, because I found over the years if I've left my twitch behind somewhere, it's because the owner took it off, and of course they put it down somewhere, you forget it. So put it on yourself and take it off yourself. And finally, with amateur horse keepers, many of them have never seen a twitch on their own horse. And if you say to them, do you mind if I twitch their horse? They sort of think, I don't really, that's not such a nice thing. They have this idea that it's not very nice. And they may say no, although they don't really know how their horse is going to react. So rather than ask permission, what I say is, has he ever been twitched? And they'll often say, no, he hasn't actually. I say, great, because it'll probably work really well. So I go and get my twitch, and then if they really feel strongly about you not doing it, they'll say it at that time, and that's fine, you'll do something else. But most of them won't say anything. So you put it on, it works really well, you see it doesn't distress the horse excessively, and they accept it. And then in the future, they'll accept it every time. So I hope that's useful.